Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and this is BizTweaks. And today I want to talk to you about Podfest and a presentation I did. So I did attend Podfest this year, which is a podcaster and YouTube convention over in Orlando. I attend local meetings here in Tampa Bay, and the guy that puts on the Tampa Bay podcasting meetup, he also puts on Podfest. So 1,000 people there, lots of stuff going on, lots of great vendors and great people there helping each other out. It's really good stuff. If you've ever thought about going, I highly recommend it. So I actually spoke on two panels, or I actually had a chance to speak twice at the conference, which was a lot of fun. It was actually the first time I had ever spoken or given a presentation. And I wanted to share one of those with you today. It was in the format called Pecha Kucha. So Pecha Kucha is a little unique. So it is a PowerPoint presentation. Please hold your groans and your eye rolls, because this one's pretty fast paced. So it was a 5-minute presentation with slides only on the screen for 15 seconds. So it was a little fast paced. So I wanted to share that with you today because I think it might give you a little bit of value. The presentation was on having an impact and having success on online forums, and I think you'll get some value out of it. So. Needs a little setup, so we're going to have a magic cut here. Magic. So now we are actually in the presentation. So my name is Kyle Sasser. I am the host of Great Things Tampa Bay, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to find success in online forums. So online forums is basically just a gathering of people. It's very similar to other types of forums. You know, you have public forums, private forums, forums going all the way back to Rome. But internet forums are basically gatherings of people online, having conversations. So, how long have I been on online forums? Well, this is the first online forums I was on. They were known as World War IV boards. This is the early 1990s, and the old person here is how I feel whenever I talk about technology from the early 90s. This is what forums look like nowadays. So basically any interest you have, there's a forum for it, including, if you look up top there, people who chew ice. There is a forum for fellow ice chewers. These are two other things that people really use as forums. I do not recommend doing this on Facebook groups. Some people have success. I really have not, primarily because the posts that get made in Facebook groups aren't visible to everyone. Reddit is awesome though. Now, back to the forum as pub. So everyone's hanging around. They're having these conversations. The one thing you will not ever want to do if you're trying to do business in a public place, in a public forum or an internet forum, is you don't want to open the door, step through, and then yell, "Hey, I'm Bob the plumber, and I'm a plumber, and I charge $90 an hour," and then close the door and walk away. And then definitely the next thing that you don't want to do is come back 2 days later and then yell the same thing any louder. People do this all the time on online forums. They think that they're just going to say, "Hey, I do this. Here's my price. Here's my phone number." The phone's going to ring off the hook. It never happens. What actually happens is people hate you. So don't do it. The other thing you don't want to do on online forums is you don't want to lurk. If you do not comment or make yourself known, no one is going to know who you are or what you do. So don't be a wallflower. Get out from behind that plant. So what you do want to do is you do want to stand out. You do not want to be a personal trainer on a personal training website. You're preaching to the choir. What you want to be the personal trainer on the Ice Chewers website, because then all of the ice chewers are going to be looking to you as the expert. It's also okay for you to have an opinion. If you make yourself very milquetoast, very lukewarm, no one's going to care. You do need to take stands. I will caution you to, make sure you take stands on stuff that's actually important to you. But don't be afraid to have an opinion. You also want to be genuinely helpful. You want to have that positive energy about you. People don't like negative Nancy's. So be honest, be upfront, and be helpful to your fellow users. It's going to pay off dividends, I promise. So it is a forum. It's still groups of people hanging out. You need to pay attention. find out the local customs, what the inside jokes are. By finding these and using these, you're going to identify yourself as part of the group. You also want to identify yourself as an expert in your field. So when the topic of conversation comes up that regards your section of interest, so personal training, if a question like that comes up, say like, hey, I'm a personal trainer, I'm an expert in this is my opinion. Make sure that your response is absolutely genuine and honest. Be natural. This fox cannot be anything other than a fox. Just whatever your natural response is, just let it be natural. And the other thing you want to do is you want to flood and overwhelm people with value. You don't want to just do a 1 or 2 line response. Whenever I respond to somebody in an online forum, it is typically 4 to 5 paragraphs of very in-depth knowledge that I share with them. So, success. Yes, you are now actively engaging in online forums. You have made yourself known as an expert. What do you get out of this besides imaginary internet points? Well, the first thing that happens is you get to hone your message. So obviously public speaking is not the right place to hone your message. By doing this online on online forums and message boards, you really get to hone your message and see what people respond to, whether it's a sales pitch or an idea or whatever you're trying to market. The other thing that happens is the users look to you as the expert on that topic. Up to and including the point, and I have this all the time, like a couple times a week, other users will refer users with that question to me as the expert. So that's how you be a success on internet forums. My name is Kyle Sasser. Great Things Tampa Bay. If you have any questions or comments about this, there's my contact information. And through the magic of editing, we are back. So that was my Pecha Kucha presentation. I hope you found some value from it. I wasn't quite as, honestly, whenever I gave that presentation, it was like I said, it was the first presentation I've gotten up and spoken in front of people before, like training classes and stuff like that. You get up there and, whatever, do a song and dance. Y'all know how it goes. But that was the first actual presentation I've put together myself and then given in front of a room of people. It was a little bit of a rough start when I actually gave the actual presentation, just because there was no lead up introduction. It was basically that first title card hit the screen and I was like, oh snap, that's me. I ran up there and just dove into it. I did get a lot of positive response out of it, so that's good. It's definitely something I want to do again, a little bit more public speaking. I think a longer format, I could probably get a little bit more high value information out to the room, but the constraints of the format was actually interesting to work with. It really helped you hone in on what the core pieces of being a success on internet forums is. And it wasn't just something I made up. I implement all of those things that I talked about in that presentation every day. Anyway, my name is Kyle Sasser. This is BizTweaks. Please go to BizTweaks.com if you have more interest in some online business tools, help you boost your business. If you could subscribe below or give me a link or a comment if you thought that my presentation was horrible. I'd love to hear it. If you have nice things to say, obviously I would love to hear that as well. Leave me a comment below. Anything that you think that I could improve upon, I'm all ears. I'm always looking to improve, guys and girls. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.